All right, here we go. Part three, top three songs from Ozzy Osbourne. We're going to pick up with Black Rain, his 2007 release. And I got to tell you, when I bought this record when it was released, I bought it from the store, so I have the digital copy. I was listening to different music at the time, so I was into like Breaking Benjamin and Seven Dust and Killswitch Engage and bands like that. And so when I got this one, it was a different vibe than the stuff I was listening to, even though it was Ozzy. And so I didn't give this record the just that it deserves. There was two songs that stood out to me that I liked right away, and I've liked them, um, since that time. But with Ozzy's passing and then prepping for this video, I've been listening to Black Rain and his catalog quite a bit, and I really missed out on appreciating Black Rain when it was released. It's a much better record than I gave it credit for, and I want to say I had it in the car probably for a week. The CD, I had the CD in the CD player for a week, and just found more and more songs that I like. So I guess it was kind of a treat to go back and listen to it, and then at the same time, I'm disappointed in myself that I didn't give it its just due. But let's get into the 2007 release, Black Rain. So you have Zakk Wylde on guitar, Blasko on bass. He's also the bass player for Rob Zombie. And then you have Mike Bordin on drums. He's famous for being the drummer for Faith No More. So number one songs, gonna go first track, Not Going Away. I really dig the guitar and bass like slide groove it has on here. It's kind of a bounce to it, like in a aggressive rock way. It has great hooks in here. To me, this has this classic Zakk Wylde and Ozzy together feel to it. And so this is a song that I think it's good you're driving, you're going to exercise, and then it's Ozzy being like, look, you might think I'm controversial or you might not like me, but I'm not going anywhere. And I think the next song, I Don't Want to Stop, is kind of in that same vein, because that's going to be the other song I like on here, I Don't Want to Stop. And these were the two songs that were my favorites when I first listened to this album all these years ago, and have continued to listen to them all the way through. I like the jam too. I Don't Want to Stop. You just want to turn it up. You want to turn it up and then go. I think these first two tracks, like I said, have a similar vibe, or at least they're in the same ballpark with each other. And it's that classic Zakk Wylde Ozzy feel that I have just grown to love, and being my favorite genre of Ozzy's when Zakk is with him. And I just like I like that the lyrical choice that Ozzy sings in here is like, I'm here whether you like it or not. So I think that's really awesome. And the other song, my third song that I dig is Civilize the Universe. So it's track number 7 down here. The bass and the drums work really well to each other, and the music has this like swing to it. I don't want to say like a tornado like I did on one of the Van Halen videos for Humans Being, but there's this like circular feel that I get to it, and I like when the chorus kicks in. I think the bass hooks are strong on this one, and like I said, I just like the vibe on this song. So really, really good stuff from Ozzy Osbourne. Black Rain. There's other good songs on here too, but if you didn't give this album its just due like me, go back and give it a listen. All right, then we're jumping to Scream 2010, so we're 3 years later. Now you have Gus G on guitar. I think he's in Firewind, but he's known as this like also a guitar virtuoso. Ozzy always has the best musicians. You got Churko doing producing the album, but he's also laying down the drum tracks, and you have Adam Wakeman on keys. I think the bass player is still Blasko. Yeah, that's right. I didn't write it down because Blasko's still the bass player on here. So Digging My Own Grave, this song has grown on me over time. It has a very catchy acoustic opening that's almost like a minute 30 seconds, and then it turns into this rocking beat. You can feel, I think Gus was inspired by Zakk's playing on this one, and so digging me down. I wrote it down wrong. I wrote Digging My Own Grave. It's Digging Me Down. That's the song that I like on this one. So yeah, good rocker here. And then, which I believe was the single, is Let Me Hear You Scream. When you listen to this one, you could tell when they get to the chorus, it feels like, oh, this is a song that the crowd is going to sing back to Ozzy when he's singing it. It definitely picks up the pace from the first track, Let It Die, and to more of a classic Ozzy up tempo song. I think Gus's solo work throughout the song is it really showcases his talents, and then his guitar solo on the "Let Me Hear You Scream" is a standout to me. And then my third song for this record is going to be, it's a ballad, Life Won't Wait. So you slow it down here after the first three songs. I think it's catchy, has a good message. Be deliberate, don't throw your time away, make moments count. And then when the song picks up, like that guitar has like this little raunchy element to it. So I dig that part of the song. So top three songs is Digging Me Down. I'll get it right this time. Let Me Hear You Scream and Life Won't Wait. Okay. And so now we're going to go to Ordinary Man. I just watched, actually just finished it a little bit ago, the documentary on Paramount for Ozzy Osbourne. And so it takes you through his last performance and then, his passing away. And so it's interesting because this record has elements of being recorded here with Andrew Watt being the guitar player, the producer, but how this record came together is with Andrew Watt being a producer. Seems like he's friends or collaborated, maybe both with Post Malone, and so he is the idea of like, what if Ozzy and Post Malone do a song together? They end up doing it. It's a big hit. And then, Andrew Watt wants to do this album with Ozzy. And so he gets Chad Smith from Red Hot Chili Peppers to do the drumming. Andrew Watt lays down, I think, most of all the guitar work. You've Duff McKagan from Guns N' Roses being the bass player. And you have some guest guitar players with Slash and Tom Morello on here. So, yeah, always great musicians from uh, anybody who wants to collaborate with Ozzy, and you see that as final show too. So top three songs on this one, I like All My Life. I think the strumming of the guitar in the opening with Ozzy singing is highlights the still the vocals that Ozzy's able to do. I think it's a cool song. It's more on the mellow side, and then it turns it up a bit in the chorus. I think the solo fits really well with this song. So gonna go All My Life, and then um there's this other song that I've been bouncing between two of them, so I think I got to make my decision in a second. So before I get there, I'm going to go Under the Graveyard. This is track 5. Again, this has this calm beginning, guitars with Oz again, and then once the chorus kicks in, the song picks up. I think there's a nice breakdown, and then the solo fits this album really well, this song really well. All right, so now for a third song, I'm going between Ordinary Man with Elton John. I think that's a cool one. Or Today's the End. So that's going to be track number 7. I'm going to go with Today's the End. It feels like all my favorite songs on this album were more on the ballady side, but this is not a heavy metal record. And in the documentary I just watched, Jack Osborne, Ozzy's son, is talking about he feels like this is more of a John Osborne record than an Ozzy Osbourne record, and I thought he put that pretty well. This is different. It's not heavy. He says that's not the Madman. This is Ozzy or John the man. And so a lot of these songs are about things that are going on in Ozzy's life, things he's struggling with, mental health, physically beaten down at this time, battling depression. And so when you pay attention to the lyrics, they really mean that much more to you. Back to third song, going Today's the End. I like the overall vibe of this and the bounce to this one. There's more grit when it gets going. And so this is one of those songs that, you're along for the ride. It's going to take you, and then it's going to go more up tempo, and I really like that. And then, like I said before, I just want to give a special shout out the collaboration he did with Post Malone. Track number 11, Take What You Want. Song opens with Ozzy singing. And, then Post Malone comes in. I think it's really catchy. And what a cool way to honor Ozzy Osbourne, as Post Malone, super popular, crossing genres, and want to sing with Ozzy Osbourne. So I think it opened up a lot more fans to Ozzy Osbourne, but not only Ozzy, Post Malone. Some Ozzy fans get to, listen to him. Yeah, I like track 11. The reason I didn't pick it is because it's listed as a Post Malone song and not an Ozzy Osbourne song. All right, and to the final album Ozzy recorded prior to his passing, we have 2022's Patient Number 9. The musician list on this record is just phenomenal, top-notch superstars. You have Andrew Watt back producing this one, and he did a lot more of the guitar playing in the studio than I was expecting when I see these songs featuring, Jeff Beck, Mike McCready, Zach Wilde, Tony Iommi, Eric Clapton. I mean, legend guitar players. You also have Chad Smith, who did most of the drumming. There's a note of Taylor Hawkins. I think he did one song. Taylor Hawkins, the late great drummer from the Foo Fighters. Robert Trujillo on bass. And so, yeah, I mean, when you have all these legends on here, I mean, I think this is have this be your last studio album. What a tribute and an honor. The first song that I'm going to talk about as for my top 3 is going to be track number 2, Immortal. Has Mike McCready. This song, the opening, has a Pearl Jam vibe to me, and I have found myself wondering, would I have thought that if I didn't know Mike McCready was on the song? But I won't know the answer to that question. But it's a good rocker. I like the overall sound to it. I think the whole band and Mike does a good job on here. And Ozzy, as usual, he's stellar. And then the next song is going to be track 5. This is One of Those Days featuring Eric Clapton. I'm not 100% sure if Eric Clapton did the whole song or just the solo, the main guitar solo, but there's bluesy guitar work going on throughout the song. And I think they did a really nice job of that. I like those feels that maybe you don't hear the first time, but you hear it as you listen to it additional times along the way. And so you get like a nice little solo in between until you get to the main one. But I do like blues and rock mixed together. And, Clapton's always been that for me. And so doing that, pairing that with Ozzy, I think is a nice touch. Then the third song on here that I want to mention is Patient Number 9. This is featuring Jeff Beck. In the documentary I talked about, Ozzy Osbourne documentary on Paramount. That's part of the documentary is the recording of this record as well, just like Ordinary Man. And in the studio, Andrew Beck, is that his name? Andrew Watt. Sorry, Andrew Watt is playing Patient Number 9, even though it has Jeff Beck listed in here. It didn't show the solo, so I'm going to guess Jeff Beck did the solo and Andrew Watt did the other aspects of it. But I think from just the different guitar playing, these two guitarists are just showing you different guitar tricks and skills throughout the song. Like it a lot. And as a song, it's a long one. I think it's over 7 minutes. You can pick out new things as you listen to it. And just to close out the top 3 songs here. So, we're going Immortal, One of Those Days, and Patient Number 9. So on Patient Number 9, the lyric mastery of Ozzy Osbourne, he writes and sings, "When they call your name, better run and hide." I just think that's excellent and a fitting way for Ozzy to go out, on his says goodbye to his fans and goes out on his own terms. So miss Ozzy, really enjoying going back through his catalog and listening to everything and doing these tribute videos to just list out my top 3 songs from each of his solo studio records. I'll get to Black Sabbath eventually, but I'm definitely curious your favorite 3 songs from all of Ozzy's music. Anyways, y'all, hope you're well. Be kind to yourself. Take care.